Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing how to create prefabs of assets that you've already made for WinterpaW avatars using VRCFury and the clothing compatibility blend shapes located on the body. The clothing compatibility blend shapes are there to help prevent clipping with any of the assets that you've made. Your assets should already be weight painted, textured, and overall ready to add into Unity. So you're going to need to download VRCFury for this. And then open up your Unity project. I've got the canine imported. You don't technically need the avatar in your Unity project, but I like to have it in just to see what it's going to look like. At this point, you should make sure you have VRCFury imported into your project, and you can also import the FBX of the asset you made. Now drag in the FBX into the hierarchy. I'm going to be using this shirt I made as an example, and then I'm going to apply my material to it. Select this in the hierarchy, and we're going to add our VRCFury components. So the first one is the Armature link. And because this starts at the hips, I'm going to leave this like this, but if you have it on just the head, for example, you can switch this to the head. So this is your prop or clothing armature, so make sure you have that one, and then this is the armature of the avatar. Next component we're going to add is the blend shape link. So because we're adding this to the body of the avatar, we're going to type in body. Then hit this plus, and we're going to drag in our skin mesh. So that's this here and not the full thing. So just drag in your mesh. Then we're going to hit this add component again, and we are going to search for the VRCFury toggle. Here is where you can add in the menu path for the asset that you're creating for a toggle if you'd like that. So I'm going to put this in the clothing menu for the canine, and if you want to create another sub menu, you can hit the slash button and make another one. So let's just call it shirt, for example. I'm just going to leave this in the clothing menu though. Then we're going to hit add action, hit object toggle, and then we're going to drag in this full thing here. So drag that in. If you want your asset to be toggled on by default, select this here. So your toggle will turn it off. But if you want it turned off by default, hit turn on. The last thing we're going to do is use the clothing compatibility blend shapes to prevent our clothing from clipping with the body. So if you select the avatar, you can see all the clothing. I would recommend doing this in Blender and testing it out first, but you can also look at it in here. So I'm going to be using a combination of the chest, mid-torso, and probably the shoulders on about 50%. So you can see that they just push in parts of the body. So to add the blend shapes, we're going to go back to our asset. We're going to select the plus button here, then hit blend shape. And so when this is turned on, the blend shapes will activate. So they're not going to be on all the time. So type in the blend shape you want, select the value, and then I'm going to add my next one. And lastly, I'll add the shoulders. And I'm going to switch this to 50. Last thing I want to mention is if you want your asset to work with all of the different body options on the avatar, you'll need to add those blend shapes onto your asset. So, for example, if you want it to work with the chunky one, you'll need to have the chunky blend shape on your asset. Once you've finished adding all of your VRCFury components, you can take this and drag it into here, and it will create a prefab. You can add this prefab into a folder with all of your materials and such, and then export out that folder. and you will be able to distribute this and people can add to the avatar. So if you want to add this to the avatar here though, you'll just need to drag it onto the avatar to attach it. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching.